is in the know for Thursday, May 30, the 151st day of 2024. There are 215 days left in the year. Good morning, MB. Guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. Went on a field trip yesterday. We'll tell you about that. Plus, one of your final chances to win Kentucky Headhunters tickets via the water cooler question. We'll give you your chance to prove you're the smartest person around the water cooler. We've got that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beej. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm going to be honest. I'm just happy to be sitting in the seat.
Yeah, you've been gone for a couple of days. One unexpectedly, one part of the routine, but happy to have a momentary sitting still spell,
Yes.
I would imagine. You said something to me, or you mentioned something a couple of months ago about Prevagen, and I didn't know what Prevagen was, except I see the commercial on Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy like every night. So I understand what Prevagen is now, but realize there's a new pill coming out in Great Britain next week. It is a pill that can improve memory function by 10%. Goes on sale in Britain in June. It's called GBL Memory. It's 2 plant extracts, which when combined and taken for a month can significantly improve the memory of older people. And I guess older is in the eye of the
I guess so,
the beholder. I guess you.
Well, I became more interested in Prevagen because it is now over the counter.
Yeah, well,
You
and
don't
that's
have to,
that's
yeah.
one of the reasons I guess they're advertising it to people of a certain age during Jeopardy and
Yeah,
in
that
Wheel of
makes
Fortune.
sense.
But now apparently something else on the market that might be that might have some value. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, even Litchfield, and doesn't need Prevagen. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing well. You and I went on a field trip together yesterday.
We did. I was a little late, but I made it.
Did you shoot any Papa shots? Did you shoot any basketball?
No,
That was going on nearby.
It was taken most of the time.
Yeah, the
it
kids
was
were
busy.
dominating that. Did you have some samples?
I did. I had some hot dogs and had some pork tenderloins and some.
You had hot dog bun, but was it a hot dog on the hot dog bun, or was it a
It was a hot dog.
Polish sausage of some kind? It was a hot dog?
When you left, they brought out the hot dogs.
Oh, so what you're saying, you had multiple helpings.
Well, at the end, they said, "Do you want another one?" Because clearly they were trying to get rid of them at the end, and I said, "Well, I mean,
no, right?
You
Yeah.
don't turn that down. I mean, you can take it, save it for later. That's the great thing about a hot dog. It weathers well. you
Yes.
know?
Yeah, they keep well.
And they said, "Would you like a pork chop sandwich?" I was like, if we ever say no to that, then clearly we've got something wrong.
The answer is never no. Appreciate the invitation of the Houchins people to invite us out to the grand opening and the ribbon cutting yesterday for the new Save-A-Lot store on Mill Street. What a tremendous turnout for the ribbon cutting, and people were lined all the way around the parking lot trying to get that free bag of groceries that they were giving away to the first 100 customers. So it was, I haven't seen that many people there since, I haven't seen that many people together since, I don't know, County Fair maybe. It's at least locally, there's a lot of people there yesterday. And it's a convenient part of town. Great new store. So thanks to Brad, he's the store manager there, and Dustin, who's with Houchins, and appreciate their invitation. And got to see several of you out there yesterday. So anyway, appreciate it, and shop the new store. I did, by the way, I did share on your behalf. I spoke with Brad and his family yesterday, and I did that. There's just one thing about the new store, and they're like, okay, here it comes. What's it going to be? And I said, well, Ms. Buckles decided that it's a few extra blocks for her, and she's kind of like, But they laughed. They said, well, if that's the only complaint we get about the store, then that's fine.
Well, and unfortunately, I didn't get to go yesterday, but I'm excited to see it, and I'm sure those few blocks will not be a big deal because I'm betting it's awesome.
I think first 100 customers tomorrow get like free sausage from the Williams Sausage Company or something. So, I mean, today it was Pepsi's, but probably the Pepsi's are all gone by now. But nonetheless, it's going to be terrific weather for your grocery shopping or whatever you choose today. Sunny and pleasant to end the week. We're going to see mostly sunny, 78 today, clear and 52 tonight. Mostly sunny and 79 for tomorrow. And then the rain chances sneak back in for the weekend, but that's typically what you can expect for this time of year. The Trump trial is now in the hands of the jury after about 4.5 hours of deliberations yesterday. The 12-person jury was sent home. They had 50, I think it was 53. I've heard 55 and I've heard 53, but somewhere in the mid-50 range pages of jury instructions. And they're not allowed to, in apparently New York State court, they're not allowed to take the jury instructions with them into the jury room. They can't ask questions, and the judge can bring them back in and address the questions, but that seems to be, I don't know, seems to be inefficient, an inefficient process. But anyway, we might, I guess it's good news for Trump that they at least spent 4.5 hours going through the motions and then had questions. That says to me there's probably at least one holdout. So they've got some different, I was talking with Chris Winkle last night, and he asked if I thought he would be found guilty. And I said, I think they'll probably find him guilty, and I think it'll be probably overturned on appeal. It can't be that simple to just acquit him, surely. I said, I have no, in my mind, I have no doubt that they probably had a relationship. I have no doubt that she was paid to keep quiet. But now you have to decide whether that's a crime or not. And if we're going to go back and start litigating all of the hush money that's been paid in election cycles over the years, we're going to be at it a while. So I don't know. I guess we could find out later today. I guess we could find out tomorrow. At some point in time, those jurors are going to say, we want to go back to life as normal. But we'll find out. An early morning fire has destroyed a Caneyville home. Both the Caneyville and Litchfield fire departments, along with our EMS and emergency management, responded to the blaze in the 200 block of Center Street about 4:10 this morning and found a residence fully engulfed in flames. They battled to keep it contained, but home sits on a hill surrounded by some trees, and Fire Chief Ferris speculated that it could have been electrical in nature. It was unclear until the fire was extinguished that the occupant of this home was not home, so that's the good part. They were able to clear the scene about 6:30 this morning, but obviously a significant loss. And if you spend any time in Caneyville, you know that structure. A Morgantown woman has died after being ejected during a single vehicle accident. It happened in the 5900 block of Woodbury Loop earlier this week. The driver is a 38-year-old Jennifer Johnson, was discovered about 50 feet from the roadway. Her boyfriend, who had been driving north on Woodbury Loop Road, said that Johnson was traveling north as well when she passed him. He further told police that it appeared she overcorrected her vehicle before traveling off the roadway and overturning several times. Tragic accident and loss of life there. The charges against world number one golfer Scottie Scheffler were dropped yesterday, about almost 3 weeks to the day too late.
Mm-hmm.
So they finally came to the same conclusion that we all believed was likely. So they were dropped, ending a legal saga that lasted almost 3 weeks. The Jefferson County Attorney Michael Connell asked the judge yesterday afternoon to drop the 4 charges, and said, based on the totality of the evidence, my office cannot move forward in the prosecution of the charges that filed against Mr. Scheffler. Now, Detective Gillis made a statement later, which he shouldn't have done. It was a statement that I think he was attempting to make it better. But what would have made it better is just don't say anything and just lay low. And eventually, because the more you say, let me just offer you some friendly advice. Anyone who might find yourself in that position. When you find yourself down in a hole, rule number 1, drop the shovel.
Yes.
Yeah, like when you just drop the shovel because the hole only gets deeper. And I thought even the statement was got a C minus until I saw the postscript and the attempt at humor took it to an F minus. And
The pants.
we might have been that's right. We might have been having fun over the pants issue, but he's not allowed to join in on the joke because really he's at the center of everything that caused this, including a black eye for Louisville, a black eye for Kentucky, a black eye for the PGA Championship at Valhalla, a black eye for Scotty Scheffler, a black eye for himself. Give yourself all the black eyes that you want. You do you, but leave me out of it. I don't want the black eye. And so we also got to hear the interview with Scheffler yesterday where they were asking him questions. We got the audio of it, to which some people said, oh, well, he admitted to doing it. No, what he was doing was he was being a good citizen saying, I probably should have stopped. Now, looking back at it, who would say, oh, I should have never stopped. I should have just kept going. Also, let me tell you, those of us who like to be good people and like to be polite, there are times when I'll say, oh, that was my bad. And guess what? It wasn't my bad. But I'll say, hey, we're getting through this together. It was my bad. Let's move forward together. But that doesn't really mean at the end of the day that it really was my bad.
Well, I've been out of pocket for a few days, so I'm happy to hear that this is laid to rest,
Yeah,
if you will.
me too. I'm curious to know, did we at least do Scotty Scheffler the solid of paying Steve Romine's bill on his behalf? He's got the money. He doesn't need the money, but it's almost a principle thing. Like, you all created this dust up.
Then again, for Romines, it's almost like pro bono for him
Yeah, he
'Cause
might he might donate his services.
because he's gotten more advertising off of this than
How many more high-profile phone calls do you think that man's going to get? He was already doing pretty well, but I think
the pride of
obviously-
Metcalf County.
Yeah, that's right. And it's just his delivery with the media, it just reminds me of just old time. It's not quite Matlock, but it's very Southern and very, well, now, Judge, you're not going to buy that line of hooey that he's given to you, are you? And so I just love it. It's almost like a movie.
Sound like Foghorn Leghorn there.
Yeah, it
There was
says,
something in there, Sam.
there's
I don't
something
know if that's
about
what it was.
Uh-huh.
but-
Steve Romines would just say, I say, and then throw a boy in there. Let's see. Oh, a Kentucky high school student who was denied his diploma last week for mentioning God in his commencement speech received it yesterday after meeting with school officials. Micah Price, a graduating senior at Campbell County High School, spoke about God during his speech on Friday, going against the school-approved script. He met with his principals yesterday, told them he did not use the approved graduation speech to give his classmates a lesson about God. The first part of his speech, just that said, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that was signed off on in the speech. What had been nixed in the speech was what he decided to say was, he's the light, he's the way, he's the truth, and he's the life. Class, everyone in the audience today, I'm here to tell you that if you don't have any of those things in your life, you can't seem to find the answer. My Lord and Savior is the answer. He will give you the truth, the way, and the life. And so that was part of the original speech. It was not part of the revised speech, and he had been counseled trying to not make other people feel uncomfortable, etc. Which brings up a very interesting dilemma. Where does free speech line up against the rules of maintaining order in school, etc.? The school can't really sanction that address by saying, well, we are endorsing Christianity, because that's, that hasn't held up in court. But the overwhelming majority of people in the audience stood and cheered. So the majority of people were proud of him for his decision. But I guess the thing that, and we can have that debate forever, should schools be able to censor the class president or the valedictorian speech? Should they approve, and once you commit to playing by the rules, should you play by the rules? I can probably argue both sides of that. But What really impressed me the most with this young person is that he said at the end, I agree with both. He said, I went against the rules. I should be punished, and I should have held my diploma held. But I also simply cannot enter a place or a building and not talk about my Savior and urge people to give their lives to him. So he was willing to suffer the consequences for his actions, and then they talked through it, and then they released his diploma yesterday. Was it the right decision on all accounts?
You know, that's a hard one for me. I don't personally discuss religion or anything on air typically. However, this young man made a decision. He may have reached someone that it could help. He decided to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
He did so. He has his diploma. I don't know.
Well,
he
I mean,
also
this is-
joining the Air Force, so that's good.
Yeah,
And
this is a
maybe
common
also
thing,
into
too.
Ministry. It's a what?
It's a
what
common thing that, I mean, I know Grayson County High School, they read up, they make, the student who's giving the commencement speech, Ansley, who did a phenomenal job on Friday. When she walked up, her speech was already in the binder that was sitting on the podium because it had been, read over and everything. And so this is not like it's some statement on necessarily the context. It was more of just, that's what every school in the nation does.
I actually think that it's two separate issues. It's if you submit your speech and you agree that this is the speech I'm going to deliver, then even as a Christian, I think I said, well, I should honor my word that I said this was the speech I should deliver, and I will. And if I do not, I'll suffer the consequences. And he said that he would. But for me, had it been something about radical jihad or Muslim or something like that, then would I be as empathetic? And I would say, well, probably not. And that's the whole issue, is that you have every right to disagree with me, but I also earned the right to be the valedictorian of the class president and to give my remarks. And if you want to give your remarks, then you be the valedictorian, or so you can argue it in several different ways, but it seems like it has worked out okay for everyone involved. And he was acting in accord with the Great Commission. The Great Commission was not just given to the apostles. The Great Commission was given to everyone, and that's what he is
Because
attempting to carry out.
I guarantee if he would have gotten in there and said, and make America great again, or vote Joe Biden, or something, it would have been the same thing. Like, in a lot of ways in this, it would have been, they would have said no, and it's kind of in that same realm.
Did Grayson County have an anti-worm policy by any chance? Was it worming was allowed?
It might be now.
Okay, good. I did learn Father Jim Sitchko, who I follow on the platform formerly known as Twitter. He recently gave the Pope a Mark Pope jersey. He's going to be the moderator at Fancy Farm this summer, so that'll be good. That's a good choice. He's a good follow. Let's see.
And apparently it's
Mitch
good tomato
Barnhart's-
sauce.
Mitch Barnhart says that Mark Pope is off to a terrific start. Mitch Barnhart's going to have a good weekend. They're hosting the NCAA regional starting tomorrow at Kentucky Proud Park. And then SEC football coaches are talking about roster sizes, the future of walk-ons, and other topics as they're trying to sort out what's going to happen with this new eventual labor agreement. Sam, do you think walk-ons get eliminated in the long run?
I hope not.
Are you for managing roster sizes similar to what may be more like they do in the NFL? NFL has a 53-man roster, but they're talking about maybe an 85-man roster for college football.
Well, so that would be, because you get 85 scholarships, so that would be eliminating all of the walk-ons. I mean, I'd be fine if you said you get 15 walk-ons, or you get 10 walk-ons, or something like that, because, I mean, you don't need 45 walk-ons. Not saying that any schools has that.
Normal? Like, what is a normal amount of walk-on?
It probably depends on the school.
If you're Alabama, you get 40 walk-ons. Some
Okay.
of them are preferred walk-ons. Some of them are
Okay.
just, okay, we'll give you a uniform. But rarely do they, rarely, they're kids that are paying to go their own way, but just want to be on the football team. But a school like Kentucky might have 20. A
Okay.
school like Western might have 10.
So
And
the walk-ons typically, are they like bench sitters?
Yes. Yeah, they're practice
Okay.
team, they're
I'm
bench
learning.
sitters, they
And
might want to be coaches and they want to be there for the
Okay.
coaching experience.
you'll just have to give a Google. You'll appreciate Christy later.
Yeah?
Walk-ons getting scholarships videos. They're
Oh, yeah,
awesome
those are great.
because occasionally the football coach will give away a walk-on a scholarship because they had an extra one, and the team usually goes nuts, and they're really fun videos.
Okay,
Right.
I'll look it up.
It's like handing them a check for 40 grand or whatever,
Oh,
for
wow.
a year of school. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got plenty more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
Comfort is everlasting. Comfort is a journey that sees no end. Every moment is a memory. Every encounter, a piece. Empathy may be our foundation, but comfort is the heart that continues. The Watkins Funeral Home Legacy, a steadfast tradition from our very first service to our most recent farewell, guided by Dave and Jordan Atwell.
Hello, friends. My name is Reagan Atwell. My parents take good care of me and my little sister. They'll do the same for your family.
Discover more online at rogers-watkins.com or experience the Watkins difference personally on North Main in Litchfield.
For more than 70 years, Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center has cared for the health of our friends, neighbors, and family members in Grayson County and beyond. We've celebrated every beautiful newborn, every successful surgery, and every healed injury. Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center is focused on finding solutions to your health challenges. As part of the Owensboro Health System, we want to keep you healthy. We want to make you proud.
Hey, dog lovers, get ready for a fun day with your dog at Bark and Brunch at the beach. Join the Friends of Rough River Lake on Sunday, June 9th from 10 to 2 Central Time at Rough River Dam State Resort Park Beach area. Help our local shelters while playing with your pup, enjoying brunch and sipping your favorite drink by the lake. Tickets are $10 per person. All proceeds benefit the Breck County and Litchfield Animal Shelters. For celebrating with us, you'll get a free photo of you and your pup. Get your tickets online, friendsofroughriver.org. friendsofroughriver.org.
Litchfield Tourism presents gospel music on East Main. Grammy and Dove Award winner Guy Penrod. Friday, June 7th at 6 p.m. on East Main Street in Litchfield. You're the lead vocalist of the Gaither Vocal Band for over 15 years. Join Litchfield Tourism for this free concert featuring Guy Penrod, Friday, June 7th at 6 p.m. on East Main Street in Litchfield.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start June 3rd. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
Right now at Wendy's, kickstart your morning with the new breakfast burrito. And no, this is not your average run-of-the-mill fun-size breakfast burrito. Wendy's breakfast burrito is hearty and delicious with 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, and 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped in a warm flour tortilla. So Wendy's new breakfast burrito is a complete breakfast in one hand and ready to go anywhere you go, like to your office or during your Saturday morning errands. So break your boring breakfast routine at Wendy's and try its new breakfast burrito at participating Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Cyber criminals using deepfake scams. Experts warn it could get worse. Aaron Real has more.
A deepfake is an image, video, or sound of a real person that has been digitally altered to convincingly misrepresent someone, and it's working. Businesses are regularly attacked. Public accessibility to generative AI, apps like ChatGPT, have made it much easier for cyber criminals. Experts say this will likely get worse before it gets better, but they recommend businesses use code words, improve staff education, employ cybersecurity testing, and have multiple layers of approvals for all transactions.
Google Cloud and Hitachi are announcing a multi-year partnership to accelerate enterprise innovation and productivity with generative AI. Hitachi will form a new business unit focused on helping businesses solve industry challenges. Hitachi will also adopt Google Cloud's AI to enhance its own products and services. And Apple opening its first store in Malaysia in June. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield, NBC News Radio.
Today is Mint Julep Day. They got it wrong.
Isn't it a few weeks late?
Mint Julep Day.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody forgot.
Way late for
But
that.
by the way, I don't know why they go cuckoo for them at the Derby. Ugh. Ugh.
I mean,
Not good.
how much were they selling them for? It was
Probably
crazy, right?
$16.
Well, I mean, or you can get the one that's in the gold-plated cup, made with
That's the one
the
I'm
aged
talking about.
bourbon that
Old
is.
Forester had one for $150.
Yeah, I was going to say like 200, but okay.
I'm sure they'd make
for
one for
Derby,
however much you
150.
want to pay for.
Yeah, next year they'll have one for $151. That's just how it works. That's where they get you. It's also Water a Flower Day. It's a peace lily is a flower, right? It blooms.
Yes, honey,
yeah.
and
So
thank you for doing that.
you're welcome. It looks sad, so I just walked by and said,
I
"Oh, you
love
need a
that
little."
you. So there are two that you recognize as looking sad.
Well,
and
there's a
you-
reason that peace lilies are nearly impossible to kill. Is that even people with
Yeah.
yellow thumbs
Mm-hmm.
can spot when they're droopy, and you go, "Oh,
Well,
you need a little
thank
pick
you.
me up." Oh, you're welcome. But I was afraid you
If
had
you-
seen it and already
Well,
wanted it.
no, but if you get bored later,
Yep.
we have many more that don't droop like that, but they're still a little bit thirsty.
Yes, there are. A new survey asked people what bugs them the most these days. And it is cost of living is currently more than half of people say that cost of living, and this is just over the last 90 days, just over the last 90-day period. Cost of living, then current political scene
Yeah, there you go.
was to crowds at 23%, weather at 21%, tipping culture at 16%. Now we're going to apparently get down into the weeds. The TV being too loud at 15%. I understand. Artificial intelligence, the cost of concert tickets and reality TV. That's they all got 14%. Self-checkouts 13%. It's oddly specific. Tech billionaires were mentioned by 12% of people.
Elon Musk.
Sam, do you sit around a lot of times thinking that darn Jeff Bezos, that darn Elon Musk, that darn.
I do get mad at Elon sometimes because he's taken away some of my favorite features of Twitter.
Do you also sit around ruining Mark Zuckerberg? Ugh,
No,
Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg has made Facebook pretty much the same since I've started, so I can't necessarily get too mad at him.
Well, it's weird. Like there's very few, if any, on that list that bug me.
Yeah. Well,
What?
yeah.
What
I would think
is?
cost of living would be up there.
Why are people mad about self-checkout?
I think that's going to be a constant. So long as
Yeah.
self checkout exists, people are going to gripe about it.
I love it.
And then parking at 10%.
Does that mean parking in general or parking in a, like, is it specific?
It can mean anything you want.
Okay. I'm not a good parker. I'm just saying. I'm not. No. Ask my daughters. They both know.
Oh, ask your husband, but he just doesn't say anything about it. I mean,
I'm not a good parker. Just saying.
well aware. Just the number of people, you're not the only one that does it, that pulls into a parking space and then leaves the wheels cranked all the way one way or another, is just strikes me as so odd. It's like,
Well,
odd.
Sam has also seen my parking, so.
Yeah, you'd leave it like Buckles sometimes.
yeah, it would, yeah.
But
Dips a toe in the lake.
it was fun yesterday, since we were outside at Save a Lot, is we had the front row seat to everybody parking and seeing the different parking jobs and so on of some of you.
Listen, I respect the people who can, like, back in.
Oh,
and do
that
it
drives me
perfectly.
crazy. Drives me crazy. Don't back in.
Well, why not?
Because it takes so much longer, especially in a busy parking lot. Just pull in. It takes so much longer to back in.
But what if you're
Not when
really
you
good
leave.
at it?
Not when you leave. It doesn't take.
Yes, no, it drives me
Listen,
crazy. My dad and I are on this. Like my dad and I are in full
will
agreement on
never
this.
back in because you all would
And-
have to
and-
watch me for like 3 weeks.
And remember, when you're at the stores that have the slanted ones, you never back into those.
Yeah, I wouldn't back.
And you don't pull through those.
No, you don't pull through either. I'm
I
on board
do.
with that.
By the way, at the store, I don't back into spots at the store, but I back into my garage stall because I find it easier to put it away that way because I can just pull out when I leave.
And he does a really
So,
good job.
I'd rather do the work on
The
front
backup
side
camera
than have to
helps.
worry about it. It definitely does. Yeah, I would say that I would be less likely to do that if I did not have a backup camera. Here is this came from Reddit. I don't know if it technically came. This is from the Neighbors from Hades forum, not the Am I the Butthead forum, which we sometimes get. Most people, upon receiving a parcel that doesn't belong to them, will be transparent and take it around at their earliest convenience. Maybe take it back to the mailbox or deliver it, or call the person and say, "Hey, a package was delivered at your house, to our house for you." But one woman was left scared and mortified when her neighbor happily took her $350 worth of groceries. And when she went around to confront them about it, no one would answer the door. So she said, "My neighbor stole about $350 of groceries. By the way, I don't know yet. I'd have to argue this out in court legally. I don't know if stole is the right word." But she says they were stolen. When it was delivered
She
to
accepted.
their house, she accepted.
I was gonna go with
That's right.
received.
She
Okay, yeah.
accepted. It was also my mistake for not noticing the delivery time, since the window was an hour out. But when I got to their house, all of my food was gone. I rang the doorbell. No one answered. Suggestions on the course of action to take tomorrow. Well, first you call the store, and you let the store work it out.
But
'Cause it's
I'm
technically their
guessing
fault.
Well, I'm guessing she has no relationship, or at least a good one, with her neighbor. Otherwise, the neighbor would not have.
I would say it has also probably devolved since day before yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll bet no matter how the relationship was day before yesterday, it's worse today.
Yeah, I agree with Sam. I mean, it was delivered to the wrong place.
Now,
So-
I think we got two separate issues here. I don't think it's a neighbor versus neighbor issue. It is a neighbor versus delivery service, and delivery service versus other neighbor.
That's
you got
fair.
you got the purchaser and the delivery service, and they need to fulfill the order.
Do you steal your neighbor up the hill? Do you steal their packages and such and their groceries?
Everything runs downhill, so by
Yeah.
the time it gets here, this is just where it stays. That's
Okay,
that's just that's a law of nature.
I mean-
you take that up with Charles Darwin. Don't take that up with me.
Over the weekend, I mean, I had
Or
somebody.
was that Isaac Newton? Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton was Gravity. I had somebody
Isaac.
knock on the door, and it was a DoorDash here. And they were like, "Did you order this?" And he had like some chicken tenders or something. I was like, "Well, I kind of wish I did, but no, no, I did not." Because I was like, it was right around lunchtime, and I was at the point where I was thinking about what I wanted to eat. I was like, "No, I did not." But if you want to
Did
leave
you
it,
end up getting chicken tenders later?
no, actually, yes, I did. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
See?
It was suggestive.
Right?
This is where DoorDash gets you. They wave a bag of food in your nose and go.
it was
"Hey,
not
you
the
might
kind
be
of chicken
hungry."
tenders that
It's
were
the
being
power of
attempted to be delivered.
advertising.
But
But
They
still,
showed up
you
with
still
chicken
supported
tenders.
you still supported the chicken industry no matter what. Let's see. What else? I better skip that one. We were going to solve all the problems today. I had a story that asked the question, when should old people stop driving?
Oh dear.
I think where I was going to get hung up is on the definition of old. The age changes all the time for me.
Well,
I go, for
and-
whatever reason, the age keeps rising.
and it's funny because if you ask Alea, I might be old.
Anyone over 40 is near death as far as
Oh,
Alea is
Sam.
concerned.
She does not find you to be old.
Okay,
No, she doesn't.
but you both
Then
are probably
there was
old to her.
Of course.
You
I mean,
think?
everybody's parents are old to them until you realize, they're not that. They were really just kids raising kids. Then one Redditor asked, what were 90s parents thinking when it came to feeding their kids? That's those of us who raised kids in the 90s. We probably weren't all in on the fruits and vegetables so much. Like,
Well, I wasn't raising kids in the 90s,
right.
but I was growing up in the 90s.
Yeah, so you
Bagel
probably-
bites? Yeah.
Lunchables,
Right? Yeah.
just all of the prepackaged
Yeah.
stuff. And now parents in 2024, the way they're preparing kids' meals and they look back at their childhoods, they go, this is quite the different experience than what I had. One person said, I would go an entire week without a fruit or a vegetable.
I'm just saying.
That's why we have so many kids that all they'll eat is chicken nuggets and French fries. We got grown adults. We have 35-year-old men who that's all they'll eat.
Be nice to me.
And then you're not 30. Sam, I presume that you have seen the video of the announcer
Yes.
who was talking about the soccer contest that he was calling. So this happened in Butler County.
Oh, I just love it when I don't know and hear from you all. This is going to be fun.
But we can't play what he actually said.
No, we can't. We cannot.
Oh, I can. I'm smart enough to figure it out.
The Butler County newspaper reported that announcer Toby Moore was working the game, and at halftime he bemoaned the action in the third place match between the two teams. The score was 2-1. One of the parents recorded the live stream and uploaded a clip to Vimeo. He had apparently put down his microphone, but he could still be heard in the broadcast. Always assume a mic is hot, right, Sam?
Mm-hmm. That's why I always will mute. Always.
He says things like, oh, well,
And
then
sometimes-
you're at liberty. Then you're at the mercy of your mute button.
We are.
Sometimes just disconnect the cable.
Mm-hmm.
Was
pull the
that
plug.
was that first half as ugly as I thought it was, etc.? And then he said something about I flipped the kill me now switch, etc. And then he shifts his focus to the upside of calling girls soccer games the soccer moms. So he starts talking specifically about some of the soccer moms. So
And
the
one
two
in
things-
particular.
One in particular, yes, he had
And
very
I'm guessing this is a little bit.
yeah.
Mhm,
And I
okay.
mentioned you heard me say this is in Butler County, right?
Oh,
I'm really proud of Sam. He's not pointed it out yet.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was
Texas.
No, it was in a state that starts with K.
Okay.
so
It was Butler County, Kansas. To be clear, it was not, it was not our Butler County.
okay.
And this kid was working for the NFHS. Oh, poor them. They don't have a real media partner, do they, Sam?
No comment.
Yeah. So that was so the soccer game. So the lesson learned is
Well, see, it's funny because the NFHS, their reaction to this has been that video is their copyrighted content and you can't have it posted, and they're trying to delete it from everywhere.
Of course. And so that shows you what a group of idiots they are. And why they're not good for high school athletics.
Amen.
I'm just curious.
Amen.
About some of the comments.
I've
So,
got it pulled up. You can hear it.
all right.
Make sure your mics are off when you play it.
Apparently, I have some homework to do.
Until
so-
NFHS takes it down. We got to get to our break. We'll come back. Got the water cooler question coming up here on In the Know. Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a future designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMaster for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at sohd.info.
Take a trip back in time this Saturday night at Joel Ray's Lincoln Jamboree in Hodgenville. It's a tribute to the 50s, a night of 50s country and western, gospel, and old-time rock and roll that starts at 6:45 and features Jay Henderson and the Super 6 Jamboree Gang with guest stars that will dress and sound like artists of the 50s. See impersonations of Hank Williams, Conway Twitty, Patsy Cline, George Jones, Brenda Lee, Tennessee Ernie Ford, Bill Haley and his Comets, Skeeter Davis, and over 15 other acts, including the King, Elvis. You can call 270-358-3545 for reservations or purchase tickets at the door. Dress like the 50s and get $5 off admission. And don't forget to come early and eat a big supper that costs only $8.50 to salute Lou Bingham and Bobby Wright's 85th birthday as you do more in 24 at the famous Lincoln Jamboree and Restaurant in Hodgenville, Kentucky, where country music comes alive every Saturday night at 6:45. Wow, what a meal and 50 show.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
For a limited time, enjoy a tasty bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, a savory sausage McMuffin, a sausage biscuit, or golden hash browns. Buy one, get one for $1.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal, valid for product of equal or lesser value.
Do you know what red flags to look for when considering an investment opportunity? Fraudulent sellers might make unsolicited contact, tell you everyone is buying it, and pressure you to invest right now. They make hefty promises over the phone, but never put them in writing. At the Department of Financial Institutions, we have a saying. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We're on a mission to educate Team Kentucky and protect your hard-earned dollars. Visit us online at kfi.ky.gov for more information.
I'm Deputy Eric Franklin with the Grayson County Sheriff's Department.
And I'm Officer Skaggs from Litchfield Police Department.
When working traffic in Grayson County, responding to crashes involving deaths or injuries is the toughest part of our job.
When you drive, there's so much out of your control.
But what you do have control over is wearing a seatbelt.
Less than 2 seconds. That's all the time it takes to buckle up.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws?
It's not about writing tickets. It's about saving lives.
Always. Buckle up.
A message from Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
Twin Lakes weather. Sunny today with highs in the 70s. For tomorrow, seeing more of that sunshine. Highs back into the 70s yet again. Now for your weekend, we will see some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, and we'll keep that active weather pattern through most of next week. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
All summer. This is the 105 Days of Summer. It's going to be the hottest summer yet. Brought to you by Midway Pharmacy. Summer! On the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
I'll be the moon when the sun goes down. Just to let you know that I'm still around. That's how strong my love is. Whoa. That's how strong my love is.
Did you know a 2013 study finds that the average kid asks 300 questions per day? But girls age 4, 390 questions a day. And half of them are, but why?
I mean, yes, I agree with the number of questions, but I think I cut off with both of my younger girls the but why early on.
Yeah, I think so. But I
And
think
not,
that's a lot of it.
Not because I said, well, because I say so. It's just that I cut that off pretty early.
There's 300, and sometimes you just go ahead and volunteer the information. That way they don't have to ask, but why? You know,
Yep.
if you explain.
But
it to
why?
them. So that's a possibility. Because it's the
Really,
right thing to
Sam?
do. That's what you just said, because it's the right thing to do.
But why?
Because it is. And see, just apparently I'm just having like a flashback to what Adele Gormley's life must have been like as a mother.
I don't know if I was a but why or what. I don't know.
I hope not. Surely not.
I really don't see Sam being a but why kind of kid.
I bet Sam.
But she is watching. So
I
maybe
bet
she'll
Sam
weigh
went to
in.
the Encyclopedia Britannica and found out the why. He had a resource.
Gave it a
for
Google.
that. Here's today's water. I think in your day you had to ask Jeeves.
Oh, yeah.
Here's today's water cooler question. If you've not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. You're going to text your response to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000 up for grabs today. One of your last opportunities to win tickets to see the Headhunters this weekend in Litchfield. The tickets are $30 in advance, $40 at the gate. So you can win a $60 value here this morning if you can solve the water cooler question. It is this. Even though considered risky, 3 in 4 of us will do this month. Even though considered risky, 3 in 4 of us will do this month. I'll even say it could have happened within the last month, in the previous 30 days. Even though considered risky, 3 in 4 of us will do this month.
You did it this month? Did you do it?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm wrong.
Nope.
So many questions.
Now she's thinking all the things. Okay, what is it that he will not do?
Well,
Eat a banana?
Eat lima beans.
that's always a given, right?
Uh-huh.
No, my mind is going somewhere else. But
Okay.
you would
It's-
so do that too.
It is risky.
All right.
Apparently, I know this happens to be risky, and it'll make more sense when I tell you. Let's see. The new Wicked trailer has helped inspire a new Wicked Lego version. So now I just found my hook for Alea. We're going to do Wicked Legos.
I am
and then
so happy for you two.
She'll be in on the old Glinda and Elphaba train. Looking forward to it. Moana 2's trailer is offering a splash of new music. And, of course, Maui returns in Moana 2. That came out yesterday, and the movie comes out November 27th. So it and Wicked open the same weekend. I'm trying to figure out when Frozen 3, maybe it's not until 2025. We would have been hearing more about it by now. Yellowstone stars Hassie Harrison and Ryan Bingham got married. I think I know which ones those are.
2026 is Frozen. So
nice.
you got 2 years.
Wow. So that's going to be like a 10-year-old.
Thanksgiving.
Going to see Frozen 3.
Oh, we also have a grandbaby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but I don't expect him to be all bought in on Frozen just yet.
No, but if we need an excuse.
That's true. Travis Kelce says he's looking for more acting roles. Well, first I went, meh. But then he said he wants to be in Happy Gilmore too. And I'm like, he would be a perfect Shooter McGavin.
Yes.
The antagonist in Happy Gilmore 2, Travis Kelce, seems like the ultimate antagonist to me. So I can see where that might actually work.
I don't know.
You just don't want to have to watch him, period.
Yes.
That's basically it. I understand. Ellen is announcing her final stand-up tour across North America. It's like a 27-show tour. It's out in California, but she wraps up August 16th and 17th in Minneapolis, which I think is where she's from. I think she's from Minneapolis, Minnesota, so she decided she's going to do 2 shows, and then it'll be a special taping, and then they will then they'll release that out on Netflix or Paramount Plus or one of the streamers, so you can still be able to see it. Gotta get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up, see who won the water cooler question. We'll have chart toppers, point to ponder, and more coming up here on In the Know.
I forgot some good old love, and then I got some in store.
Here's a trivia question for you. Which team has the worst win-loss record in all of sports? The answer is a basketball team called the Washington Generals. They've been losing nonstop to the Harlem Globetrotters since 1926, a mind-bending 16,000 times. Obviously, the Washington Generals are a spoof, but they illustrate the importance of people who make an organization successful, even though they never get the spotlight, which is most of us. The Generals are supposed to lose. Their job is to stay in the background while the Globetrotters entertain the crowd, have all the fun, and, oh yeah, win the game. The Globetrotters succeed because the Generals disappear. For every star in the limelight, there's an army of people behind the scenes who make it work. They're the machinery that makes the organization move. If not for the people in the shadows, the stars would have nowhere to shine. If you work behind the scenes at your job, hold your head high. Blending into the background isn't easy. It takes humility. Someone who believes results, not recognition, is the goal. It also takes character. Someone who's strong enough to step aside while somebody else gets the applause. You may not be the face of your organization, but you are its backbone. Your company's success out in the world is only possible because of what you do behind the scenes. For more to help you thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies supplements, changing the world one life at a time.
Oh, it's been actually really good. I'm 81 years old. I'm a retired nurse, and I have found, I've taken it for about 5 years, I do feel better. At first, there wasn't a drastic change, but I found it really has made, a difference in my lifestyle. It does improve our quality of life.
Start your journey with Balance of Nature supplements. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer. And for a limited time, get 35% off your first order, plus $10 off any additional sets with free shipping and our money-back guarantee. Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code BALANCE.
Cool off this summer at Litchfield Aquatic Center, featuring 2 3-story slides, or grab a tube and take a trip down the lazy river. There's separate tot and toddler pools with lots of great water features like fountains and slides. Plus there's even a lap lane. LAC is great for groups or individuals, and pavilion and facility rentals are available. Get a group of friends or the whole family together and spend an entire day at the Litchfield Aquatic Center on East Carroll Gibson Boulevard in Litchfield.
MB's point to ponder for today. What do people have against the horse I rode in on?
You know, I don't know. Because listen, if I rode in on a horse, I'm probably going to want to ride out on that horse.
Nothing about me is the fault of the horse. Not like me all you want, but leave my horse out of it. I mean, just come on. I guess other people's point to ponder is, what's with all the Otis Redding? I'll tell you why in a moment.
I didn't even process that until now.
Yeah, so the water cooler question was, even though it's risky, 75% of us will do this month. Speeding seemed to be a popular answer.
See, that was the first one I put, but then when you said you hadn't done it, I was like, oh well.
I would never do this. I don't know what you're talking about, and I would never speed. I don't know. And then get married was another answer that I saw a few times.
I wrote down speeding.
You wrote speeding, Sam?
Yes.
You wrote speeding.
I wrote
as well?
speeding as well, but then when you said you didn't do it, I was like, well, that's not right.
And then my second was swimming without a lifeguard.
Swimming was the second one I put down as well.
Look at us, Sam.
Put a cotton swab in your ear. Put a cotton swab in your ear.
I did that this morning.
The cotton swab by itself is no problem. It's when you put it on the end of a rod and ram it into your ear. That's when it is that's when it's
Well,
Yeah, don't do that.
I did that this morning.
Yeah, well,
and every morning.
My granddad would have told you to stop doing that.
Got to clean your ears somehow.
I 100% agree. You do without a doubt. That's just not the way to do it. Let's see. Oh, did we scroll down through there and see, did we find anybody that knew cotton swab? I'm going to say, if you did, you're super smart.
Doesn't look like it today.
Okay. TV for tonight. Let's get to that. There's been a lot of stuff I wanted to get to you today and just hadn't been able to get there. I guess that means tomorrow's show's already ready. 911 season 7 finale tonight. Grey's Anatomy season 20 finale. 60 days in on A&E. Stanley Cup playoffs and the NBA playoffs. Today's highlight in history. This date in 1431, Joan of Arc, condemned as a heretic, was burned at the stake in Rouen, France. Ted McGinley, the actor, is 66. Winona Judd is 60. She was on the finale of Idol week before last. But I noticed they didn't show her walk onto the stage or walk off the stage. And it's making me wonder if she potentially has mobility issues. I didn't see her on screen move at the Derby, when she sang the anthem. She did a fine job. Idina Menzel is 53. CeeLo Green is 49. Peter the Great was born this day in 1672. Mel Blanc, the Man of 1,000 Voices, 1908. Thanks to him, we have Bugs Bunny and lots of other great voices. 1909, Benny Goodman was number 1. Chart toppers from 1958.
Is today Otis Redding's birthday?
Bobby Freeman was number 1. Nope, I'm getting there. Do You Want to Dance, number 1 in 58. Oh, wait a minute. We got multiple. The reason that I wanted you to hear this. So, the chart topper from 1967, right, is Aretha. And Respect. All right, Sam. Who sang Respect?
Aretha?
Aretha Franklin? You staying with your answer?
Bail out.
No, I'm saying no.
All right.
Dennis C.
I knew
Cook.
I knew Otis Redding did this song before Aretha, but so many songs I did not know that he did. One, he did Satisfaction after the Stones did, but just by a few months. So Misty recommended on Paramount Plus, on Max, Stax. It was about the record company in Memphis that had Otis Redding and Booker T and the MGs and so it's a 4-part series. And they started with Otis Redding, and Otis Redding died. He was their first major artist, and he died at age 26. And it left me with this. I really walked away with, I needed more Otis Redding. He was such a great artist, and we still love the music. And so for him to be
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Yeah, I mean, and that was released right after he died. That was in the can, and then they went in and kind of finished it up and cranked it out. But anyway, I told her yesterday, thanks for the recommendation on
Well, I
Stax.
saw the
It's
beginning in passing, and it looked like it's something I would probably go back and watch myself.
Did a good job. By the way, speaking of chart topper from 1976 is Dorothy Moore's Misty Blue.
Oh. I wonder if her ears are burning this morning.
Probably.
Why didn't you ever use this one as one of her? I mean, she's the only person that gets more than one intro song.
It's too draggy. It's because she's got so many personalities. That's why she got multiple.
Because how many does she have?
Oh, 3 or 4.
Enough.
3 or 4.
Uh-huh.
Axel F. This is appropriate because we're going to get more Beverly Hills Cop later this year. Harold Faltermeyer, number 1. One of the few, like Booker T and the MGs, Green Onions. Not many instrumentals make it to number 1, but Axel F. did in 85. There's a neat story when Booker T, he tells about when he came up with the Green Onions, the song, and how it was really slow in the beginning, but when he sped it up, it was like, then it's the song we always know. So I got to tell you, I did not like Tim McGraw after Indian Outlaw, but this song, the story that this song tells,
Well,
I was really impressed with Don't Take the Joke.
I've been in and out this morning, and I actually heard a snippet of this when you were prepping.
You telling I get stuff ready before the show? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
But I do like this one.
Yeah, I did not like, half Cherokee and Choctaw and all that, and me and my Buffalo Briefs and all that. But I did like that. I did like with that story of that song. Sing for the Moment, Eminem number 1 in 03. All right, the Moose people are leaving in 5 seconds. See you tomorrow. You'll want to be here. Sam's going to sing tomorrow.
I think I'm sick that day.
That's called the art of the tease. All the Moose people that just got KSR now, they're going, I wonder what Sam's going to sing tomorrow.
No, I gotta get ready to jump over to the Aquatic Center.
Oh, that's true. We Are Young, Fun was number 1 in 2012, and then I can't miss an opportunity to play Dua Lipa. 3 years ago today, number 1 with Levitating. Yeah, Sam, you've got, T-shirts and Holiday World tickets and...
Yeah, and maybe even Headhunters, right? Potentially, I don't know. You'll have to see.
Possibly.
I'm going to see theirs pretty soon, so.
Also, the rule, Litchfield Aquatic Center rule, I don't know if they got the sign updated, but it posts when Sam screams cannonball, everybody cannonballs at the same time.
Even Sam?
Yes, it's like a conga line, but it's cannonball.
We did the cannonball contest a couple of years ago, and it was a roaring success.
Yeah, I don't know if I like a good competition as much as anybody, but I just think it's more of it's a communal, let's all dig in together and cannonball.
Well, I missed yesterday, so I'm going to be there with you today, Sam, so.
Let's cannonball and see if we can splash Cindy Carmen.
Ooh.
It's like if you can splash all the way over at ECTC.
Or I guess Barry's not there, but you could even try and get Barry.
Cannonballed. No, we don't want, he's probably not there today.
Might get his hair wet.
Pearl of Wisdom. You'll be there 11 to 1, right?
That is correct.
On location at the Litchfield Aquatic Center. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today is, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes.